The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101?
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. What up? Haven't talked to you since Friday, the Halloween Bash pop-up, which was amazing. Thanks to everybody that came out for the event, the packed event for Weathers, who ended up performing as Green Day. They did themselves amazingly and then came back out as Green Day. But really just overall, it was just a blast just hanging out with all the crew members, everybody that came out to the Cubby Bear on Friday night for the free show. And yeah, it was packed in there.
I was actually shocked. It was really, really busy.
Yeah, I mean, all the pop-ups do really well and everything, and they just kind of, you forget sometimes we're going in, oh, yeah, that's right. And, man, you guys showed up in full force, and Wrigleyville was rocking, and obviously...
And, early, too. That was the thing. I knew it would be busy later, because people want to go out, people get drunk, it's Halloween weekend, that vibe. But I'm like, it is pretty early. This is usually when I get my nice little spot in the back and no one's here and there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, you were looking for that little spot by the pole to avoid people. And there was already, by the time we got there at 7, doors open, I think 7:30, got there was 300 people in there. And a lot of it to get that exclusive. First 101 got those Halloween Q101 logoed T-shirts.
They were so cool.
They are. And they made 102, one for Kenzie and one for everybody else, the free ones. Now, I did ask Johnny, our guy Johnny back there, about, hey, man, we've got a lot of people calling want to buy these.
We do.
IO 101 is where we have all our merch housed at. So they're working on it. So we'll let you know if they get up there.
A lot of people asked if we were going to sell them, so...
Because it's kind of one of those shirts you could wear to Riot Fest. You wear all year round.
Oh, yeah. It's more edgy.
Yeah, it's got bones. Yeah. It's got bones.
It has bones, and then the one is actually like a zombie hand reaching out of the ground. It's very cool.
Yeah, very cool. But a great night. So Kenzie was Barbie, and...
I was country western Barbie, when she goes to L.A.
Yeah.
And lands, and then my husband was that version. Okay, it was specific outfits from the movie.
Because you were on the Windy City Live, and they did the whole makeup theme on Friday afternoon. A lot of people chimed in about it, and screenshots from you being on TV. Good job.
Thank you. I felt very honored. We had a lot of listeners. Stop listening and go watch me on TV. Maybe that's counterproductive. I don't know.
You can have the radio on and watch TV at the same time. I'm sure they did that.
I'm sure they had both up and rocking. But I felt very special.
Yeah, totally cool. And then Case was Han Solo. Case, the producer, came up there who had a very difficult time finding not a lightsaber, but a laser gun. He couldn't find one in Chicago, a laser gun. They don't sell them, I believe.
Well, just a toy gun. It didn't need to be specific to the Star Wars brand. I could not find a toy gun anywhere. I tried to get some off of Amazon, and I share an Amazon account with my mom. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Oh, boy.
And
very defensive on that one before we even said anything.
Do you pay any money for it?
No.
So you don't share it.
You know what I mean? It's one of two things that I benefit from that my mom pays for. I'm gonna continue to work with that. But
jeez,
the default address is her address. So when I went to ship toy guns to Indiana, it was fine. But when I went to put in my address, it said we cannot ship these items to your address. And so I tried multiple toy guns. All of them gave me that response. And Brian and I went to a Halloween store on Friday. They had a bunch of swords in there. They had no toy guns.
That's a good point.
So we went to your spot, Halloween City by the highway.
Oh, was it good?
Well,
no. it was something.
Well, I got
What happened?
No, it's actually I got my costume there and it was good. It looks like they took over the store and didn't ask anybody. It's kind of what it looks like when you go in there.
Well, I mean, all the Halloween pops-ups are just
Spirit Halloween.
They were like squatters. It's unbelievable.
You walk in there and you're not sure what's going on at first, but they had a lot of stuff. That's where I got my great pirate outfit that I wore. But Case could not find a gun, and I'm not sure if people know if there's a law in Illinois.
It's probably a good idea to not
sell complaints.
Realistic looking plastic guns.
I agree, but I should have driven Case to the suburbs to get one if you have to get them in the burbs, because looking like Han Solo without the laser gun strapped to your thigh,
I have to be honest. I didn't know what Case was.
Exactly.
So
everybody else did.
No, I just didn't, which it bothered him because I thought he was a park ranger because he had a vest on. I did because he had a vest with like the pockets, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. And I expected him to have like little binoculars and like a compass. And he's like, I'm Han Solo, and I don't know a lot about Star Wars. And I'm like, why don't you have a lightsaber? And he goes, because Han Solo doesn't have a lightsaber. And I'm like, well, that sounds like the worst character there is, because that has to be the most fun part about being a person from Star Wars, that you get to have a lightsaber.
Yeah, but Han Solo's like a cowboy. So he kind of shoots from the hip there, and that gun on his thigh is so iconic. And I should have driven him in the burbs to see if they have toy guns. Do the burbs have toy guns? The city doesn't. I get why the city doesn't have guns probably, but the suburbs maybe.
I get it as a whole. I get the whole concept's a bad idea. Even the gun emoji's gone. Now it's like a water gun. Have you noticed that?
I do. I don't like it. I mean, listen, I'm anti. We don't need that. We don't need extra.
Listen, I had to.
I don't want a toy gun when I want to use a gun. That's all I'm saying.
A lot of people feel the same way, Brian.
Please don't take that out of context, that statement, by the way.
But you just said you don't want a toy gun.
Correct.
You wanted to bring a real gun.
No, not to Cubby Bear, to like an emoji. I want to use a real gun on the emoji.
Okay, say you would like the emoji to look like an actual gun and not be like a squirt gun that's green and orange.
That's exactly right. You said it like how better than I could.
Yeah, that would be a better way to say it. I had a caption I had to change on Instagram because the emoji changed and it just looks stupid. It was a quote from an old song, but it went like fashion killer or whatever, and I had like the little gun, and then it was like a squirt gun. It looked so stupid.
Yeah.
I like scrolled back 4 years and changed it. It bothered me so much.
Some people saw the pictures that weren't at the Cubby Bear and thought Case was Shrek.
I'm going home.
Oh my God. That's funny. You should have been Shrek.
Yeah, no, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Stay, it's okay, buddy.
Costume I spent $100 on. Thanks for nothing.
Hey, well, you could be
You
me.
spent $100 on that?
Just about.
Well, I spent.
Wasn't it just the vest?
And the shirt and boots.
Because the rest look like things you owned.
I don't like Halloween.
I don't understand. He was so mad at me because I kept asking him like directions or like what kind of trees were what. And he was getting really pissed off. But you just looked. You gave huge park ranger energy.
I missed you going all in on the park ranger team. I wish I would have been around. It was a little loud in there. I couldn't hear everything. So
I just at one point, Case just goes, "You know what? F off, Kenzie." And he was so mad.
Well, listen, Kenzie came up with my costume, which was Porch Pirate. I was in a pirate outfit holding a Amazon package.
Yes.
So, Case, feel better. No one got that.
That's right.
No one got my costume.
I had so many people walk up to me and go, Han Solo? And I said, yes, you get it. No one understood what you were.
No one did. I sat
They
there
don't
for
have vision.
Well, listen, I applaud you. I think that was a very creative costume.
Thank you.
And Megan loved it too.
By the way, it was your last minute costume. I had better ideas for your costume, but you...
Don't be defensive. It was a good costume. Porch Pirate was a good one. And I bought it at that Halloween City, $78 for that costume, by the way.
Because what you did, which is why people didn't get it, is he bought a pirate costume and then carried around like an Amazon package, like a porch pirate. It was like a joke.
So everybody said pirate, and I go, see, what are you? They go, pirate. I go, no, look what I'm holding. Box pirate?
Box pirate.
No.
Nailed it.
Yeah. But then I
People's
leave.
guesses suck. Yeah, I'm a box pirate.
Yeah.
Way to go. Way to think that one out before you said it.
So when I leave, I get an Uber. I'm all done with the night there, and I'm getting home. I'm not in the Uber for a half a second. Guy goes, Porch Pirate. That's funny.
He has vision. He gets it.
It's dark out. He's dealing with drunks all night. I just sit in there I wasn't even fully sat down.
I hope you gave him 5 stars.
I gave him $3 and 5 stars.
Good.
It was only an $8 Uber, so I gave him a little bit extra there. A little better than 20%.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Here's Tavale, Brian, and Kenzie on Q101, and coming up with a fact that makes your brain go right here about 6:30, about 5 minutes away. What part of your body ages the most and the fastest?
I know.
Do you know this?
I think so.
Don't guess it yet, please. Well, okay, go ahead and guess. I won't say. Just like we do with Know the Show, I won't say if you're right or wrong.
Well, no, because then now I feel bad. Am I going to ruin it?
You'll feel bad.
Now I feel guilty.
Well, you can throw it out there. See what's say. Go
I'm
ahead.
pretty sure it's your neck.
Okay, I'm not going to answer either way.
Because, like, they always say that because it's very important when you're doing your skincare routine, people, to bring it down to your neck as well as your, like, I always say negligee, but it's décolleté, right?
Décolleté.
Isn't that the name of, like, this little area?
I didn't know that.
Case, what am I pointing at?
Can
Nobody
you Google
knows.
that? She's pointing like around her, like her chest, like below the neck.
Yeah, like the collarbone area. I think it's your décolleté, right?
Décolleté?
Isn't that a guy on the hills? Who am I thinking of?
Nick Lachey.
Nick Lachey.
Also not in the hills.
No, he was in 98 Degrees.
What's that?
It's a band.
It's a boy band.
It's a band. You love bands?
I do love bands.
You should look into that.
I like that Kinsey knew who I was talking about, even though I had all the information wrong.
Well, I used to call him Nick Lachey because of how he spells his name.
Yes.
And then my husband's like, oh my God.
Boy, his wheelhouse.
Yes,
Also,
very much so.
I'm shocked, Case, if you are not familiar with the reality show. He was married to Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
And he had a...
I knew he was on a reality show. I thought he was on the hills.
all those clips of Jessica Simpson were like kind of like the dumb blonde clips that go
the
viral.
chicken noodle. Yeah.
Chicken of the Sea. Not chicken noodle.
Chicken of the sea.
She thought Chicken of the Sea was chicken.
Yeah, like the tuna.
The tuna
chicken
was
of the sea.
chicken.
It's
Famous
like,
clip.
Yeah. I'm referencing the
what?
same thing. I'm just wrong. I'm just wrong about
you
all
said-
the important info.
I got it. I'm following the breadcrumbs still.
Thank you.
I speak case today.
Well,
I'm all over
he's
it.
throwing the breadcrumbs like 200 yards from where we're at.
I got him. Because I know what case means all the time. Like,
God.
Case and I are always on the same wavelength.
You guys have a special bond.
We do.
Boy, do we.
We don't even have to talk sometimes. We just look at each other a lot. We're like, mm-hmm.
Okay, so Nick Lachey is the part of your neck that ages the most.
So the décolleté.
Décolleté.
I believe. I could be wrong.
So are you saying that ages more than your neck, or that's the area that ages the most?
It's like the neck and the décolleté are what they say. What I was going to get to is my tippy tip, okay? So the thing is that you need to make sure you're bringing your skincare down to those. A lot of people know to take care of their face, put lotion on their face, do all
Sure.
that. But there's not a lot of treatments for your turkey neck when you get old, okay? So if you're not taking care of that thing, you should get the sunscreen, the lotions, the serums. You want to keep that area tight. That's how you can tell a lot of people's ages. Their hands and their neck. Even their face looks good because they got that facelift. I'm like, I see that neck.
They don't give neck lifts, huh?
I'm sure they probably do, but it's harder like on your neck. Like think about like this
Yeah.
area.
It's
It's weird because I keep pointing to my boobs, but I'm pointing to my collarbone.
I'm looking at the ceiling. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, it's time for a fact that makes your brain go. And we're talking about the oldest part of your body. And Kenzie brought up the Nick Lachey part of your body. It's the below the neckline, the collarbone area. Which you remind
Décolletage, I think.
Décolletage. We still didn't figure out what that actually is called, did we?
It's a décolletage, I believe. That's how you say it. I know. Like if I saw the word, I'd be like, yes, but I think that's how you say it.
Décolletage. Or Nick Lachey, either one.
Something like that. Décolletage.
So, here's the thing. When you rub lotion on your face, rub it lower and go all the way down there in the décolletage area.
The neck and the décolletage. It's very important.
But that is not exactly right. You're close.
Close.
Your head. Your head is the oldest part of your body.
You mean what age is the fastest?
What age is the fastest?
Okay,
Now,
because it's all the same age.
well, it's all the same age, but it is because of gravity and the gravitational field that your head is slightly farther from the Earth's gravitational pull. Just slightly. It depends how tall you are. But also, it's affecting you. That's why your feet look really, old. If you look at your feet sometimes. Not yours specifically. I mean, just in general. Mine look terrible.
Wait. How does that make sense?
Because-
Wouldn't your feet look the youngest because they're the closest to the pole?
No,
if
'cause
that's the theory?
No, because the gravitational pull is actually hurting, is actually aging you.
But you just said that your head ages the fastest because it's the furthest away.
Oh, yeah. I got that backwards. You're right. Your feet look pretty young and your head looks old.
Jesus.
My bad. Yeah, the head ages faster than your feet
So
just because of that.
your feet just look horrible. Just
Yeah,
you don't know why.
I was thinking of mine. I need a pedicure.
You're
Mine
like,
look
you
really.
should see my face.
Oh, God. I mean, my feet used to look pretty good, and now they're not looking so great. My face, I think, looks better than my feet, though. I have to say that.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Should we do a comparison? Put a side-by-side up?
Of your feet and your face and see what's aging better.
Which looks better, my feet or my face?
Because, listen, the toe care's on you. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, maybe your skin on your foot looks better, but I know you're not taking care of those nails. That's the issue.
I actually have an amazing cuticle cutter on my hands and my feet, take care of them very well. But the problem is I need to go to a pedicure. I went to one, and it was the best thing ever. I thought I'd do it, often.
Yeah.
And I don't. I don't know why. It's kind of expensive. It's like $70 or something each time. Is that about right? When we did
yeah,
it?
it depends what you get. If you like a spa pedicure, yeah.
Yeah. I did a nice one. And we took our own alcohol in, too.
You did what the hell is with You need to seek help. One day you're going to come into the show and it's just going to be an intervention.
No,
We're not actually going to go on air.
I just want to have a little drink.
What do you mean? You just want to have a little drink.
Yes,
You brought it to your pedicure?
You've never taken alcohol into a pedicure for you probably had 100 or 1,000 pedicures.
I've probably had 100,000 pedicures. I'm 28 years old. I've had 100,000 pedicures.
Something like that. I meant to say 100 or 1,000, but I guess 100,000
I don't even think I've been alive for 100,000 days, right?
You haven't.
Good Lord.
So you've had a lot of them, and you'll see people taking a little alcohol in there for the pedicure?
No.
Oh, okay.
I brought in coffee.
Oh, that's boring.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway, your head is aging faster than your feet. It doesn't mean your head's going to die before your feet. It's only nanoseconds, but it's because of the Earth's gravitational pull. And that's what's causing it. And either way, I guess the lesson really out of this, though, is to moisturize below your chin.
You gotta moisturize, baby. That's one of the. I've been to so many estheticians because I like to take care of my skin, and I do like, I get my facials, get my skincare treatments. I'm very serious about it. And every single esthetician I've gone to is that when I'm like, what's the number one thing I can do to prevent aging and look good? And they've all said SPF.
Wow.
They go without hesitation. They're like SPF always more than once a day. If you're gonna be outside a lot of day. In the winter, people forget they only do it in the summer. Like if they're going to a beach.
Yeah.
No, like the sun's still there. It's it's still around. So even if it's a cloudy day, the sun's still there. So I religiously put on SPF. It's one of the number one things you can do for your skin.
Do you think the doctors are in bed with the pharmaceutical companies that make SPF and lotion?
No, I don't think my esthetician's sleeping with somebody who makes lotion, and this is her big push. No.
Okay. I'm just saying, this little conspiracy theorist to me wonders, because it's expensive.
Because SPF is so, and it's just like a cream that's very good for you.
It's expensive, though.
There's a million kinds, Brian.
Is there cheap suntan lotion?
I mean, personally, here's the thing. People are willing to spend money on a lot of things. They want an alcohol that tastes good. You want food that tastes good. Some people buy expensive clothes because they want a fabric that feels good. If you are going to spend money, why would it not be on your literal skin that you cannot replace, on your actual face?
I got to admit, you're making a lot of sense.
I'm just throwing it out there. If I'm going to invest in one, if I'm not going to cheap out at an arena, it's the chemical rubs you're putting on your face. Maybe make sure those are good.
Well, remember that old song from the 90s where the guy just talks and he says that sunscreen. It's called Wear Sunscreen, I think the song was called.
It was like a banger.
It was a pop. It was a hit that radio played a lot of, but the guy just talks over this groove. And I think it was Wear Sunscreen was his theme. I got to find it. I'll find it for the next break.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll play the Chili Peppers. We'll come back, and then we'll play a little clip of that.
There was a song called Wear Sunscreen that was like a #1 hit.
I think it was called Wear Sunscreen. I cannot remember, damn it.
You're not talking about California Girls by Katy Perry,
No,
are
I'm
you?
not talking about that. I'll find it.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Okay, I found what I was talking about. We're just saying Kenzie's big advice today was wear sunscreen. It's the best thing you can do for your skin, your body, your face, not Botox, not all that stuff. Wear sunscreen your whole life, and it will protect you and make you look younger the whole way through. There was this song about, I think it was the late 90s, and it wasn't even a song. It's this guy talking about wearing sunscreen. It was a huge thing.
I don't remember this.
Okay, see if you remember. This is it.
If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now.
And then he just talks over this the whole song was talking.
Power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked.
He just goes on and says like kind of statements like that throughout the whole song. And it's not even, I don't even call it a song, but every radio station played this thing for about a couple months, and then it went away.
Well, I mean this like not in a judgy way, but why?
It kind of just went viral before you could say that. They're like, I don't know.
God, that is awful.
You don't like it?
I don't understand.
Well, I don't know how to understand it either.
It's not even like...
How does anything get popular? Like somebody talks about it and...
Just sometimes it sounds good.
Well, you
so
play
that
it.
helps.
But what happened was we played it, I remember, and then everybody called about it. What was that? Just something this way this guy talked.
I don't know, it sounds like a PSA.
He kind of is.
Waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself.
He gives like common sense facts out about how to live life happy instead of worrying about everything.
All right.
And sunscreen was the most important thing he wanted to say that he got out there. It is weird to look at it now and hear it. But
you didn't think it was weird then. You thought this is...
Well, that's what it was. It stood out. It stood between all of these songs. Like, wait, this is wild. This groove's on there, and the guy's talking, and I don't know. It just, for whatever reason, something connects with people, and this did for a little moment in time. And then it went away. I don't know if the guy's alive or dead anymore. I don't know. It was a while ago. It's a big deal.
Wow.
I know.
I'm shocked. I've never heard that before. I'm just very surprised.
Go and read the lyrics. I'm not going to play the whole damn thing, but if you read the lyrics, it's pretty awesome. When you just read the whole thing, it's like a poem, I guess, as opposed to a song. Yeah? Don't do it now.
I would love to see the TikTok dance that would go viral to that.
Probably wouldn't do too well.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Coming up, we'll have sports, of course, and the Bears game that's really not worth talking about, but we got a lot of things in sports, including Flavor Flav singing the national anthem. That's actually more interesting than the Bears game.
Absolutely.
We'll play that audio for you as well. Obviously, everybody here at Q101 and us, Brian, Kenzie, and Case the producer, we were all texting Saturday night like you were, and the first person, he's got that text, said Matthew Perry's dead. And God, that was just a punch in the stomach. I really, he was a guy that everybody has well documented his struggle, through friends and with the book that just came out. I heard the book is incredible. Have not read it yet.
Yes, it's an amazing book.
Have you read it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Very, very good.
I mean, he's just so open about all his struggles, right?
Oh, very open about his struggles. So he really became sober in the last 5 years of his life. That's why the story's out. He started a foundation to help addicts, and he had a really cute, and I'm gonna butcher the quote. I don't remember it verbatim in my mind.
Yeah.
But essentially in his book he wrote that all the projects and all the laughs and everything he's known for, that's great, but he hopes that it pales in comparison to what people remember him doing for other people.
Yeah, other people that were struggling.
He wanted to be truly remembered for how he helped other people deal with the same things he dealt with. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just an amazing person. It was, it's just so unfortunate because, glass half full, I'm so happy that they did the Friends reunion when they did about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he had to be part of it. And that he got to put his book out and that he got to get sober and help people. And at least he got to live up to so many things that he wanted to do. But it's so sad that he finally started to grasp all that and get the hang of it and start that journey in his life and then passes. So
At 54 years old.
So young.
And I think there's just besides Friends, that's the things he wants to be remembered for. And we have that audio we'll play a little later. But he don't sleep on Fools Rush In and the whole 9 yards. Those movies were epically funny.
Oh, absolutely. He has a lot of products that are very underrated just because of how huge Friends is, which is just, I mean, it's undeniable how amazing his character is in that and how funny it is. But yes, he has some other phenomenal roles that don't get the same attention.
So all morning we're going to be doing little tributes here and there, and this is one I put together from Friends, from Brian and Kenzie on Q101 to remember. Just you forget all his lines and how hilarious he was.
Can you believe they gave Stephanie skin cancer?
I still can't believe they promoted her to lieutenant.
Just saying that because you're in love with Yasmin Bleeth.
Well, how could anyone not be in love with Yasmin Bleeth? Run, Yasmin, run like the wind. Anybody know a good tailor?
You need some clothes on?
No. I'm just looking for a man to draw on me with chalk.
We'll flip for it. Ducks or clowns?
Oh, we're gonna flip for the baby? You got a better idea?
Heads.
Heads it is. Yes. We have to assign heads to something.
Shut up. The camera adds 10 pounds.
So how many cameras are actually on you?
Oh, it's Dr. Seuss.
That book got me through some tough times.
There's a little child inside this man.
Yes, the doctors say if they remove it, he'll die.
No accountants. Oh, and no one from, like, legal. I don't like guys with boring jobs.
Oh, and Ross was like, what, a lion tamer?
Went on the subway again, and someone did sit on my hand, but that person was neither female nor wearing pants.
Well, maybe you're going about this the wrong way. You know, I mean, divorced 3 times, 2 illegitimate children. The personal ad writes itself.
That's funny. So do you think you'll ever work again?
What are you doing? You know I can only dish it out.
You got in voluntarily?
I was trying to make a sale. Oh, man, if I ever run into that guy again, you know what I'm going to do? Bend over?
Oh, man, it's so sad to hear that, but just remember what he gave us.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.